Welcome to Black Royalty, where everyone is royalty. My name is KingJae, and today we are seated with Mr. Chris Red.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, the new graduate, out in the world, doing things. So talk to me, Chris. What is it like to truly be outside of the university setting now?
Man, it feels good.
It feels good.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It feels so good. Like, because it's no secret that an engineering degree is a grind, but
no, for sure. You have 5 years, right?
Yeah, I was a full five. I am happy to be on the other side of it for a couple of reasons. One, the only work I have to stress about now is the work that I give myself. And, I'm still currently looking for my first professional position. So my only job is looking for a job.
They didn't really tell us that homework was like a for life thing, but you're making it for yourself.
It's not too bad. It's not too bad. I get to have some really fun conversations, some cool conversations, and I make some really great connections and contacts. Like, since I've graduated, my LinkedIn profile has definitely blown up significantly. Like, I'm getting people randomly following me now, asking me for advice, and I'm like, look, I have a nice headshot, but I have no job. So I can share a spreadsheet with you, but beyond that, don't ask me nothing.
But you live out here in San Diego still, right?
Correct.
You have a car, you have a place to be.
I got rent.
How did you how did you end up coming up with all that to like stay in an expensive place like San Diego?
Man, it's really just about relying on my community. Like, the way that I got my car was because I knew people who were trying to sell 2 motorcycles, but they just couldn't get rid of them for some reason. Like, they just had trouble selling them. So they were like, Chris, if you can sell them, you can keep the money, because they just wanted them gone.
What kind of deal is that?
I know, right?
I need that kind of deal.
I know, right? It's just like that's divine intervention.
That's
right there.
Craigslist. That's eBay. Exactly. That's all that.
So what I did was I changed the batteries to get the bikes running again. About $60, $70 each. Yeah. And then I just put a thing out on Snapchat saying, if you help me sell these bikes for $5,000 each, you get 10%. Bikes were gone the next day.
Really?
Bikes were gone the next day, and I already had like
10% is $500. You get 2 people $500, or
no? It was one person got both bikes sold.
One person got both.
Got a band, so I got $9,000. I already had about $11,000 saved up. I knew the type of car that I could get between $9,000 and $12,000 wasn't going to be that much better. So I just wasn't stressing about the money that.
But the car you have right now is really good.
That's the car that I have. Yeah, I got it from that.
Oh, so dang.
Yeah.
We need to hold up a snapshot of his red car.
I know.
It's pretty good.
I went to a Hertz dealership because there's certain maintenance requirements they have for themselves as an organization. So the car I got was in pretty good quality. I put about 50,000 miles on it now. I've driven up and down the state of California around 9 to 11 times.
Why? State of California is large?
Long as hell. Each drive is about 500 miles.
500 miles.
Yep.
Ooh, that's like my trip home. I just take planes.
Yeah, I like the long drive. I enjoy it. I enjoy a long drive. It's cool. The most spontaneous time I ever did it, and we're gonna get back on topic in a second. I drove down to San Diego just because I wanted some ribs. I called my homie.
Just cause
I called my homie up at like 10 p.m.
Ribs in San Diego? Where are the good ribs at?
Go to Phil's Barbecue. Personally, it's some of the best ribs I've had out here. My favorite rib shop, and SF closed. So that's the only reason I was like, well.
Only thing I know, but it's like way out, like Texas Roadhouse, like way out. I like southern St. Louis style.
Phil's is better than Texas Roadhouse.
Phil's is better?
I'll say that.
Really?
Kaya likes Phil. She's from Chicago. Put her to sleep. That should be enough. That should be enough.
Okay. Well, where is a Phil's at even nearby?
Sports arena. It's not far.
Oh, really?
It's not far.
Oh, I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, so you got to be careful of the line, though, because the line be around the building sometimes.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. But back to the main thing, as far as detaching your identity from being a college student and then moving forward into your adult life, how does it feel? How did you do it? Are you still navigating that? What is the job search process looking like? Anything that you want to give?
I think it's really 3 key things. I think the first thing is it's always going to be challenging. You always going to have stuff to deal with. Like, I'm interviewing for jobs right now, and I got court next week because I got a speeding ticket. So it's like I got to navigate that. You have to navigate how you want to spend your time at work versus navigating your time looking for a job that's actually in your field. Like, I'm working overnight somewhere right now just because it allows me to be on my computer for my entire shift and still make enough money for my rent. And I have no problem doing that for a little while. I don't think I'll be doing that much longer, thankfully. But
yeah, I heard across the grapevine you got jobs for $100K lining up, just starting to get these interviews going across.
Just hey man, you know, that's why I grind for the past 5 years.
That's a $70K jump.
Yeah,
that's a jump.
Hey man, hey, look, I tell you, look, it's cool. I don't mind it. No technical interview for some of these, which is gonna be fire. And you know, a couple of them will help me elevate myself into a personal, to have a really strong professional and personal brand. And you know, I'm just excited for that. But I think the other thing that has been really interesting for myself is that, you know, when you're in classes, when you're around your classmates, when you're around your friends, every day, it's like especially in a school like University of San Diego, you're going to have people around you, or if you're not doing something with yourself, they're going to look at you kind of crazy.
Yeah. They're going to be like, you don't want to do nothing?
Like you ain't got no hopes. You ain't got no dreams.
No ambition.
Like even if you just want to draw on the side of the street, that's something, but you don't want to do that. Yeah. So, you know, it's like, I guess, really reaffirming that fire within myself. And in a lot of ways, it's a lot like when I was back at community college, because there were people around me who, yes, they wanted to go to school, they wanted to go on and do bigger things. But there were also a lot of my classmates where they just wanted to hang out. Like I still know some people that were at community college before I started that are still there. It's been 5 years. There is no reason you were at community college for 5 years.
Wait, I thought you were only allowed to be there for 2 years.
No, you can just keep taking classes.
Really?
If you just want to, yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, you can get an associate's degree in everything if you feel like it.
But I can't go back and go to community college.
Yeah, you can. What's your degree in?
Psychology.
Yeah, you can get a degree in drawing. If you feel like it. I'm dead serious. You can.
I'm probably not going to do that. I'm probably not going to do that.
I know. I thought about going back, just taking some like ME classes, but just some like nighttime stuff. Also, like, you know, if I have it, I might as well pick up.
Maybe. I think my thing, I'll probably get like certificates for like business stuff.
Yeah, that could be cool. That could be cool. But like the whole process, I guess, of really growing into the final form of myself has been a journey, because it's like, you can't have anxiety out here.
No,
like, oh man,
you gotta shoot for it.
You gotta be a shooter. Like, oh, I'm cautious about reaching out to this person, and you ain't gonna get no damn job.
Yeah. I mean, I just landed an internship at this school here, a business development intern, and I'm excited to do that position for sure. I shot, you know, hard as I could for real, and I landed it. So I'm very grateful. I'm hoping that experience really skyrockets, you know, my own professional. My documents and all that, my resume and all that stuff. So I'm hoping. I think I would love to start off working here at the school so I can start moving towards my MBA, get my MBA done, and then continue moving forward with Black Royalty, continue moving forward with anything else that I got on the line. My main concern, right, obviously being in San Diego, is money. Like money is like the biggest concern ever. Yeah. You're not really finding no housing out here for less than 3-4K in general, which means you need roommates, right? How do you advise navigating something like that in general to people who may not want to go home? I don't have a problem going back to Vegas. I do have a problem going back to St. Louis, but I don't have a problem.
Man, we've been over the St. Louis stories. St. Louis stories are.
I'm cool with Vegas and all, but I don't want to like be that dude who's, you know, sitting with the family for a very long time, and that's more of like an American thing. Yeah. But just in general, I want to be able to have my own stuff. And I think that's been passed down throughout my family too. Go get it. So what advice do you have towards like, you know, making money moves, we call it?
You know, man, it's like, just don't be afraid to be unconventional. You know, like really with this process we're doing right now, me being on your podcast, this is unconventional. And, you know, you got some money coming to this. So,
someday soon. I'm about to upgrade everything.
And you know who this is about.
Yeah. Okay? Yeah. I won 4K. I have not seen it since the summer. I have not seen it. I'm still waiting for that 4K to come in so I can invest in the business, so I can hire some more people, so I can pay my people that I'm already. I got people on the line. That's where is it at?
Yeah, where's the money so you can spend it? Yeah, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing in itself. But yeah, man, it's like, I guess really my thing is just don't be afraid to be unconventional. Like there is one of the jobs, like the one I really want, I thought about just going up to the office, just talking to all the Black people, just to be like, hey, what do you do? Just sit in the lobby, just waiting. Now, granted, I didn't do that because that's crazy as hell.
You know what's a weird place I saw a lot of Black people working at in San Diego? Staples.
Staples?
Staples. There was 4 black dudes in there working. And I was like, Staples.
Like, seems like a very do nothing job. I'm not gonna lie.
Maybe. I wouldn't know. I don't want to assume. I don't want to say nothing. Yeah. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm just saying that is the only place in San Diego where I've seen a multitude of black people working at. And I was wondering why. You know, me and Olivia went down. We were making our business cards, and it was 4 black dudes. I'm like, that's weird, you know. And they were all super cool, super chill.
Maybe one of the managers is black, and we should hire
maybe. I have no idea. Cool. But that was like the biggest congregation I've ever seen outside of the university.
Yeah, no, man. I mean, I honestly, leaning on the National Society of Black Engineers has really been a strong thing for me. Honestly, like in post-grad life, my 2 biggest networks have been some of like my community college homies that have gone on and made it. I got homies at all the defense companies now, still holding off on coding drones, but you know, I get how you live. Leaning on the Torero alumni people, they've been very, very willing, actually.
Torero alumni, talk to me about that. I don't know anything about that program.
Bro, get your LinkedIn profile right. That's how you gonna know.
Yeah, that's another thing too, right? LinkedIn, Handshake, all that stuff.
LinkedIn is only the one I really use, to be honest.
It's not like, at least I don't feel like it's very promoted for me in general. Maybe I'm pursuing psychology. I don't, you know, it's not a huge thing, but you were the one who told me that I need to have a LinkedIn profile. So I just went to Handshake, copied my profile, just straight on, just did the same thing.
Yeah.
But why do you feel it's important to have this LinkedIn profile? Is it everybody on it, like Facebook type thing?
Kind of. It can really foster great things. It's in my opinion, you can just get a really easy sense about how much someone's willing to help you based on their profile. Like, very honestly, if I see someone as a NSB member, they're going to be more than likely to be like, oh yeah, bro, let me help hook you up if I can. Same with like Torero alumni. If you hit them with that, I have to remember this is public. If you hit them with that, you know, go Torero somewhere in that message.
Go Torero.
Yeah, like what did you feel here? But like, you know, it works. It really does work. And you know, I'm personally about a man of results. And I wouldn't keep using LinkedIn if it didn't give me certain results. Like all the letters of recommendation I have for the current jobs I'm interviewing for all came from LinkedIn.
Okay.
Like all of them. I mean, Nesby and Torero alumni, they are just willing to see. They want to help us win. And like also, that's one of the really good things about going to a small university is that our alumni are like, oh my God, someone I can relate to in the sea of corporate nonsense. You know?
I've been more or less staying at arm's length from clubs in general. I'm part of the BSRC, VSU, the NSB, and a couple others, but like at an arm's length. This is the first semester, or the first year rather, where I'm actually going to be diving into it at least as much as I can to create as much connections as possible. I'm excited, but like not as like I'm an introvert, but I know how important it can be, and definitely how important, you know, it could be in growing my own business and brand and things like that. And that's another thing that I truly recommend, whether or not you are building a business at all in general, you still want to build your brand. Build yourself, make yourself, you know, showing out and being you, whatever your brand, even if it is just yourself. My brand happens to be Black royalty. People walk around calling me KingJae. But if you are just you yourself and you advertise as you yourself on LinkedIn, Handshake, and all these other things, that is your brand. That is what people see you as. So I truly advise everybody to be building that. Like, soon as you turn 18, 20, you should be really, 20 is like, you need to get on it. But like 18 starting.
18, have a photo up.
Do something. Like, because you're going to have a digital footprint no matter what.
No matter what.
People are going to be looking for you no matter, you apply to a job, they're going to look you up.
Yeah.
They're going to look, and they're going to find you. They're going to call people.
You Google me, you'll find something.
They're going to call, look, I had this one dude called my teacher back in freaking, what was it, high school. And she was like, oh, he's a great kid and stuff. And then came in, he told me, yeah, I called one of your teachers. It was one of your teachers back in Cimarron. I was like, Cimarron? I'm like, God, my first year?
That's wild.
I'm like, wow. Yeah, they do research. They do
background checks, man. Background checks can be intense.
Yeah.
Especially if they're going to give you a lot of money.
Oh, yeah. Always be squeaky clean. Always, don't do nothing crazy. Don't just do what you're supposed to do.
Personal advice, if you're going to do something crazy, make sure there are no cameras out. Because that's one of my policies I have with my homies. Like, look, we can do something crazy. I better not see no phone. If I see a flash, I'm stopping immediately.
Yeah, I just never, don't do it. Like, you know, at parties and stuff, you drinking and stuff, somebody got a phone out. That's it. People gonna see that.
Yeah.
Someone gonna see that.
It's never
someone you're not gonna want. So I just don't involve myself at all. I turned 21 back in April. Mm-hmm. I'm still not doing nothing. It don't even, like, alcohol doesn't taste good to me. Like, it's not all this hype. It's poison. I'm getting damaged. This is bad. And then, you know what's crazy? In my psychology class, I'm taking a child development class right now with Dr. Stephen Berkey. He was on the podcast. Hey, shout out to him.
Shout out.
I did not know that drinking alcohol can cause a bunch of defects in the child that you are going to have. Like, if the father drinks alcohol and then they start to have a child, the child can develop defects just from him drinking alcohol. Like, it literally transfers over. I'm like, I knew the mother couldn't drink, but I did not know the father couldn't drink. I didn't know that at all.
That's crazy.
And there's even like paternal, postpartum and things like that. Like the father's experiencing postpartum and a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm like, man, alcohol is poison.
That's straight poison. That's straight poison. It's straight poison.
Yeah, it's just not. It's not worth it. Do what you're supposed to do. Build your brand. Find your identity. All these things. I don't know if you have anything else on that.
No. I mean, because I feel like that's what a lot of college is. You know, like a lot of people, and I don't know how this happened. A lot of people view college as one big ass party for like 4 or 5 years. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I didn't come to this school to spend that type of money on a big ass party for 4 years. If I want to do that, I can do that with the homies back home. It's not even a big deal. Yeah. But, you know, honestly, just discovering yourself is the most important part. I can say that I was definitely still discovering who I was when I got here. And I really used USD as a testing ground for who I really thought I could be, you know, or who I think I can be. And I've gotten a lot of positive reinforcement around that. Yeah. So that's what is important. You're getting positive reinforcement about who you are. You know, like Jay,
all this stuff is my finding myself and things like that. You know, I'm trying to do what I can. You see the shirt? Huh? You see the shirt? Hey, don't worry, it's coming out. It's coming out. It's gonna come.
Yeah, man. But honestly, my biggest thing is just, if it doesn't feel right, don't push it too hard. You know, like I can say personally, for me, engineering has always been a grind, but that's just because that's what I'm used to. That's what I know. Grinding is what I know. And even then, I have to be reminded by people at times that I have to take my foot off the gas because I can just get too wrapped into it. And I'm sure anybody that loves what they do, or anybody that's dedicated to what they do, that happens to. You know, I bet there are times when you want to make content where you just want to get things going immediately. But there are going to be limitations. Yeah. You know, currently, it's the $4,000. You know?
Dude, I'm trying. Look, I got so much stuff in the back waiting. Just waiting
for it.
Just waiting.
I guess how do you mitigate that then, Jay? How do you mitigate your passion with your capabilities in the moment? How do you not let that combination destroy you?
I prioritize my mental health. If I don't want to do something, I'm not gonna do it. Like I keep it a buck. I keep it as simple as possible. If I don't want to do it, I'm not gonna do it. Because if I don't want to do it and I do it, I know that somebody's gonna see that I didn't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I would rather make content that I enjoy making, that I will be able to put my heart into, than to put out something that, you know, doesn't defer to what my interests are, because then it turns into something that I have to do rather than something that I am doing. So that's my own way of mitigating it. Like, I have a channel update, which will be out before this video, actually. Okay. The issue is I neglected making it for like a month because I was like, I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know, what script I'm going to use. I don't know if I'm going to use a teleprompter. I don't have the equipment. I'm like, dude. And then at the end of the day, I'm just creating excuses, right? And I'm like, what's the real reason? And I'm just saying to myself, I just don't really think my mental health is good enough to justify me trying to create this content that I wouldn't be passionate in making, because that's like going to be one of the biggest videos for my channel for anyone who is truly interested, which is, since it's already out now, I'm talking, it's in the future, but like it's in the past, you know what I'm saying? It's in the future, but it's in the past, you know what I'm saying? So like, it's out now. You can see it now.
I'm a layered timeline in conversation.
I'm in a whole different, I feel like freaking Liu Kang right now. You know, Mortal Kombat 1 just came out. I might be playing that too. It might even be out. I don't know. I don't know. What timeline am I on right now? But yeah, so that video is huge. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. You know, I put my heart and soul into that. I scripted that, you know. I don't know how to make scripts. I like doing things from the heart, so that's what it is. But yeah, that's how I go through mitigating, you know, what I'm doing. I have a job. I'm a full-time student. I run a business.
You got a lot going on. You got a girlfriend.
She's pretty needy. No, but she helps out a lot. I really appreciate her. But yeah.
Shout out to you know who.
Yeah. I don't name drop only because, you know, you never know. You never know. You never know.
Shout out to you know who.
Yeah.
Because you know.
Yeah, you know. If you know, you know.
Exactly. But yeah, man, no, I think it is just a whole process of being okay with your work. Because, you know, at the end of the day, we all got to do work in life. And, you know, my social work is very different than my professional work. My professional work is coding, is applying for jobs, talking to people, this, that, and the other. But like my social work is me trying to find what I really like to do. Like I like the farmer's market. I found that out. You know, I'm joining like the San Diego Running Club just because like it's a cool place to meet people.
Okay.
And you want to meet some like
I don't run for nothing.
Oh yeah,
Bro,
I get chance points every time I go.
Dude, I was done with ROTC. I'm done with running. I'm done with running. Not running no more. I don't need to run anywhere. You know?
Look, man, I'm just saying. Hey, look, but when you need to run, you got to be able to run.
You got enough money, you ain't got to do none of that. You ain't got to do none of that. Hey, $1,000 right now, get me over there.
Look, man, we are black men in America. You never know.
Hey, look, yeah.
But yeah, man. So it's just really just about being more okay with who you are too. Like there's a certain person that I know I'm not. I know I can't be always the smartest person in the room, but I have to know how to be friends with the smartest person in the room because I need to have people around me who can influence me properly. If I'm in a bad environment, I'm gonna look at everybody crazy. Everybody in the room gonna know I ain't gonna want to be there. But if I'm in a good room, people will see me attentive and see me passionate.
So talk to me about you know, navigating with your bachelor's degree. I know we spoke personally in knowing that you wouldn't pursue higher education into your master's until maybe a little bit later in life. And that's something that I don't believe you necessarily have to do because, you know, the jobs that you're going for are already 6 figures, are already going to be high up. But what would you say for somebody who, you know, is trying to develop a career? I have a lot to talk about a career, but develop a career who wouldn't be able to make that much. Should they pursue higher education? What do you think they should defer?
I think it is. Higher education is not a bad thing. Like getting your master's degree, getting an MBA, those things can be really wonderful things. But people also want to see production. Like I know students here who have amazing GPAs, are kind people, amazing people involved in clubs, this, that, and the other. But because they didn't have one type of experience, it was very hard for them to transition to the professional world. Like I thankfully had a few professional experiences that have really, I've been able to ride real hard on my resume. But you know, getting an MBA is largely about the network that you're in. Like I have very few schools that I would get an MBA from, just because I know it's more about networking than anything else. But getting a master's, let's say in like business analytics, that's not a bad one to go for. But at the same time, if you have no personal business analytics projects, they're going to be like, oh, what else did you do besides school? People like school. People like school. I'm not saying they don't.
School is great. You learn, but you don't know how to do this job.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's like, man, that's cool. School is cool, but like, it's not always gonna pay the bills. But I would suggest that if you are someone where if you don't like the money that you are projected to make with only your bachelor's, and it has been proven that you'll make more money with your master's in that regard, then I'd say go for your master's. There's nothing wrong with that. I have a friend right now who is getting her master's in cybersecurity operations and leadership. That is an amazing role for her. I couldn't do it. I looked at some of her coursework and made me want to throw up. It's not for me. But at the same time, man, for some people, it's just about having that additional education. Plus, there are a lot of people too who go to grad school just to push off the real world for a few more years.
I would, me personally, for the advice I would give out to people, I would say try to find something that's at least within your degree, preferably outside if it's not preferable, right? But something that you are good at relatively. Because the problem is, at least from what I've seen from a lot of people moving out from university and then going back to their parents or this, that, and the other, is they'll get a job or try to start their career immediately, right? And they'll be like, I hate this. This sucks, and stuff like that. And I think taking the time to explore things is more beneficial, even if it doesn't make the greatest amount of money, but just to kind of ease yourself into the real work life. And
I agree.
Going back on what I stated about careers, I hate careers. I'm not going to lie. This idea that you have to be one thing for all your life is
stupid.
Cringe.
It's very cringe.
It's cringe, and I don't use that word lightly. I mean, that's annoying. You can't do anything unless you get a different education. Is really wild to me, which is why I'm going for something like an MBA, which is to really diversify my options. I can go into anything business related.
Exactly.
My main thing is I happen to be good at business management. I happen to be good at telling people where to go and how to make things more efficient. I'm very keen at seeing those things. Thank you to my mom and her OCD. But so I'll be pursuing my MBA and then going into management, administration, and try to move that forward. And, that's what I'm already doing here. I'm already hiring people. I'm already, directing people and stuff. And it's difficult when you have a really small team, but it's still the experience. So I'm also using this to build my profile experience, right?
Exactly.
I have it listed on my email. So everyone I applied to, when I applied to the intern job, I'm like, yeah, I run a business too. And they were like, wow. Yeah. So that's one of the things that I do. What's something that, that you can do in the future to kind of really solidify that you'll receive these jobs? Because I know it's not guaranteed, but what are some more things that you think that you could be doing?
Well, it's really funny. One of the things about being a new graduate computer science major is that there are more of us than you might think. And so what I did was I rounded up pretty much everybody from my graduating class who hasn't had a job yet, and I'm having us all work on building a platform for new grad jobs. Purely, and I know this is kind of what Handshake does, but purely is going to be new grad roles, so associate level roles, and development programs. That is it. It's we're just going to call it New Grad. Platform's going to be called New Grad. So in the process of doing that, I get a ton of jobs that I am qualified for. I get more managerial experience, and I get more software development experience.
How are you going to navigate really building that type of a platform? Because that would need to be massive, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of funny because there are a couple different ways that you could go about it. The first thing that you need to think about is space, right? So navigating the database side of that is obviously going to be difficult. We probably use something like AWS for the meantime. And this honestly would probably be a project that we can all use until all of us get jobs.
Would it be on a server? Would it be?
It would be a serverless thing. We would be using AWS to host all of our information. And then our front end would just be built with probably React. It'd probably be React native app. Just on some super chill, let's just build this together. We all gain experience. Because one of the biggest things that I've heard from my colleagues and my friends who got their jobs a little bit while after they first got into their careers, it was, what have you done since school? Because people are like, oh yeah, I get you have your degree. It was 9 months ago.
Yeah. Like,
what have you been doing for 9 months?
Nothing.
Like, I've just been chilling in the house.
Oh, and you got the whole freaking, like, you didn't take out any loans, did you?
I took out some light loans, but it's not a lot, thankfully. And even then with my salary, you're not
gonna worry about it.
I'm not tripping about it too hard. Like, I've done the math. I can pay them off within 2 or 3 years.
Oh, okay. I was just about to ask if you stressed about that, but I guess not, you know.
Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, because I got an engineering degree, the money, even the low end is just not bad. So it's like, I'll be chilling. Yeah. Like, I've already done out the budget in my head, and I realize I'll have like $2,000 a month that I just don't know what to do with. And, you know, honestly, coming from a disadvantaged background, going to like a space like that, you have a lot of skills that you just won't ever need to use again. And that part is weird. Navigating from the identity of someone who didn't have anything, being at a really nice university and getting a ton of resources to possibly moving into a career where I'll have all my needs taken care of. That's weird, man. That's weird. Yeah.
Look, I just want to be comfortable. At the end of the day, I think it's all about what you're comfortable with at the end of the day.
I agree. But I think, you know, even just navigating those identities, the hardest part about this new one is that you have everybody trying to tell you what the right move is. Yeah. Everybody. You know, like, I have friends, I have advisors from USD that I still keep in contact with. My mama trying to tell me, she's like, Chris, you can just move back home and work for the city. I'm like, no, I'm not working for the city. I've been over this.
I don't really like the city.
I'm just not doing it.
Suburban.
Yeah, you know, just like nothing wrong with it, but I'm just not doing it. And it's realistically just constantly believing your next step is the right step. When you don't know if you're even supposed to take a step.
Yeah, that becomes difficult too, right? Because you can get a high-end job or something like that pays you the way you want to. But one of the things I'm also worried for you for through our own personal conversations is you may not enjoy them, right? So then what if the next step becomes, I need to get a more comfortable job, but it'll pay me less? Would you be comfortable with doing something like that?
It depends upon how much less we talk about. Like, if I'm going for like 140, like 134, I'm like, sure.
No, I mean, but this dude was talking about having 2 jobs at the same time.
I know. I thought
for 180K.
Given no non-competes, but like, I have thought about it. I thought about it because, like, you know, but it's also like, man, just navigating what I did the past 5 years, I think I'll be able to navigate damn near anything. And that is hubris. That is ego. And it's also like, my track record is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Like, statistically speaking.
Look, if you can do it, you can do it. I wouldn't go crazy on the gifts, but I'd hold on to it until you get something like continuous. You know what I'm saying? That you want to either stay at, be at, or something like that. And, you know, you mentioned you want to build something, but you're not quite sure what that'll end up being.
I'm not sure. I'm still like learning that part of myself, you know, because like when you're approaching things from an engineering perspective, you're approaching problems as nails, and I have to make sure I'm using the right kind of hammer. And I'm not sure. I'm still learning how to recognize what's a handle and what's a nail and what's a screw. You know, because if you're just trying to jam in a screw, you just ain't doing nothing but making the problem a whole lot worse.
Yeah. So all in all, this video sums up to, I don't know.
I don't know. The whole video is, I don't know. But that's the point of like this point of your life, right? Like, you know, outside of your job and outside of like maybe your significant other. And like,
nobody knows.
Nobody knows. And it's cool. It's cool.
They
though.
really be lying to you. They really tell you that, you know, you're going to get a job, you're going to get a degree, you're going to get your job, you're going to have kids, and that's your life.
Hell no. I mean, I want kids, don't get me wrong, but I want to do some traveling first. Can we touch on this?
Yeah, you can. I'll keep it blurred out.
All right, for sure. Like, I'm just saying, bro. Like, I didn't grow up with nothing, so like, if you think I'm gonna get a job and have kids immediately, you tripping? You think I'm going to Bali? Like, come on, bro. Like, I'm going to Tokyo, Bali, Australia, all the places that black people don't go.
Hey, look, I'm taking my kids.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's important though. Like, I think also when you get into this portion, like where I am right now, you just find so many people that are comfortable with their routine. Even the extroverts that you find are only comfortable doing certain extroverted things. So the moment you propose something new, people look at you crazy. It's like, oh, why would you want to do that? It's like, bro, our life is limited. The point of not knowing is you get to try it all.
For sure.
You know, so it's like, really, you just have to be comfortable with the idea of trying it all. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, hey, I ain't got nothing to say to that. That's 100% right there. Bro, that's it. That's it. Wrap it up. That's the thing. Well, thank you so much for being on this podcast. Once again, be sure to check him out and all this things, all this LinkedIn, all that stuff. We'll put it up there. We'll put it in there. You know, reach out to him and all that. I definitely want to have you again in more times in the future. I'm trying to, once this money comes in, we gonna do like a really big, you know, like podcast with everybody. That'd be dope. It'd be jokes. It'd be everything. It's gonna be hitting. I'm telling you, I'm gonna have stuff on the screen. Do a presentation on why Black royalty is the best. And then we gonna do a podcast.
Exactly, man. And plus, bro, you know, you think once I get one of these jobs, you think I'm not coming through with some gifts for the royalty?
Oh, that would be fantastic.
The gifts for the royalty. That's the point of the kingdom.
That would be fantastic. Oh, gifts to the king. Oh, no, please. Oh,
Of course, man. Just sharing the love, brother.
Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being on. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys got some value out of this video. And stay royal.
Stay royal.